Good evening, Knox County. I'm Snow Beetle, and you're not. Welcome back to Project Zomboid, New Player's Guide, New Player's Survival Guide, and 501 subscriptions, y'all. I broke 500 today. I checked it when I got home, and it was $4.99. And I think I watched a little bit of TV, and I thought, I'll check it again, and someone snuck in 2 more subs, so I am at 501. I missed it. I never got to see it at 500, but that's okay. I'm just happy we reached the milestone. Welcoming to the stream, Smarty. So great to see you here. And Tommy, aka Apache, saying just the kind of guide I need. Don't we all make the safe house a safe home? We all need a safe home. Abba, welcome to the stream as well. 501 subs. All right, cool. Let's go. Thank you, Abba. Always my cheerleader. You have achieved it. I have. I couldn't do it with all of you guys. Without all of you guys. Every single one of you that subscribed got me here and kept me company along the way through blood, sweat, and tears. We are here. Welcoming Michelle to the stream. So glad you made it for the and it feels a little bit ironic that it's a new player's guide episode to where I've reached 500 subs. Because it's been, I'd have to double check, but I think it's been 2 years since I started playing. So, and about, I don't know, 7 or 8 months since I started streaming. It's still also new. But thank you again, everyone. I could probably do a bunch of shout outs, but I know I'm going to forget so many people because my memory fails me. But I'd like to thank another Zomboid streamer. The first one I ever watched, Drunk on Life. Without his help and inspiration, I would not have lasted this long. I would say he taught me everything I know, but it'd be more accurate to say he taught me everything he knows. Just kidding, Drunk. You know I love you. Player, says Abba. Okay, enough of me patting myself on the back, but seriously, thank you, everybody. Let me load this up. Just a reminder, this new player's survival guide, we're playing on apocalypse mode, vanilla, no mods. And I'm just here to help new players learn how to survive, because it can be overwhelming in the beginning. I try to go step by step, and I hope not to leave anything out, but of course, the longer you play, the more you take things for granted and forget what people don't know. You forget because you've been playing it so long, so I will do my best. If you're confused or have any questions along the way, please interrupt me and I will try to answer them. Drunk on Life is the pro's pro. And I didn't activate or I didn't apply yet for the YouTube partnership because it just came in, the eligibility or whatever, so I'll probably apply after the stream. I just didn't want to interrupt anything because I don't know what to expect. I still have to set everything up. I should create the Discord tomorrow morning as well, so that we have one. Maybe a few more emojis because I've only created 4. But I'll start building more and more on this as time goes on. And hopefully set up a server at some point. Very soon, I hope. I just don't know if I can maintain it. So it'll probably be vanilla. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. So last 2 episodes, this is episode 3 of this. The first one was surviving your first day. We did that pretty successfully. Pause this for a second. Yeah, it's paused. No, it's not paused. That's weird. There we go. And the second one was I think it was searching for a safe house, which we found, and we are in our safe house now. But this episode is going to be I say making it a safe house into a safe home because to me, a safe house is just temporary. It's not set up the way you want it. It's a place to maybe sleep and recover from an attack, but it's not set up, I want to say ideally, optimally. It's not set up optimally, and it's not set up as safe as you would like it. Um, and that's what we're going to do today. I'll show you how to make it safe as a new player. I say that because the more you play, the less defenses, at least myself, the less defenses I set up, because once you clear the area, I don't think I even board up any windows anymore myself, unless I'm in town and the place is too busy, because once you clear an area, they don't really come to your house anyway, unless the helicopter sees you. That's really the only reason to board up windows anymore. But for new players, I recommend it in case you haven't cleared the area yet, because you'll get a few stragglers banging on your windows and doors, and you don't want them to get in. The road to 600 subs, says Abba. This I command. We'll get there. The next 500 will be easy. I'm just glad to have reached this milestone. It's awesome. So let's review the character for those that are maybe joining the series in the middle or on this episode. I always say Lady Snow Beetle because I usually play female characters. So far, we've killed 57 zombies, survived 4 days, 19 hours. Traits include thin skin, high thirst, slow healer, prone to illness, smoker, weak stomach, short-sighted, cat's eyes, outdoorsman, gymnast, fast learner, keen hearing, athletic, and strong. If you want a review of what these do, I kind of explain them in the first episode of the series, where we break down character creation and stuff like that. Skills, we've gained a little bit of carpentry and cooking from watching TV. In fact, so it's 4:20 in the morning. Giggity. And Life and Living is already tuned in, so at 6 a.m. when the show comes on, we'll see what else we learn. A little bit of reloading, but that's about it, really. We haven't done much. We survived the first day, found a safe place. We have a car. We found a car as well. That was kind of just a happenstance opportunity. Matthew Penny, good morning. Oh, congrats on 500. Thank you so much. Thank every single one of you. Oh, we need to sleep. I guess I might as well get that out of the way. I will miss our show, though. We'll sleep after TV. What do we have for food? A few things that I did that I may have... I try to think back after I complete an episode, or maybe, a few days afterwards, that I, lean over things too quickly and forget obvious, or things that are obvious to me may not be obvious to a new player. For example, this bottle of water, I dumped out a bottle of bleach and used that empty bottle for water. You can do that, and it holds a lot more than a regular water bottle. I think I went over getting the vehicle up and running pretty well, but we'll get into that in a future episode, to where we'll learn more about cars, how to maintain them, how to make them better. We might go over a little bit of that today. We'll see. Did I miss anything else obvious that jumps out at me? I don't think so. Okay. We should probably eat before the show comes on. Do I have food on me? Go downstairs. I think there's a bunch of food in the cabinets. One other thing. Probably not as big of a deal on solo play, but if you're playing multiplayer and you're in your house, even if it's your safe house, even if you are confident it is secure, if you're about to leave a room that you logged out in on a multiplayer server, the house may not be the same as it was when you logged out. If many days or weeks have gone by since you last played, many weeks or days inside the game, Zombies could have gotten into your house. If it's not actually claimed, players could have gotten into your house. There may be open doors. Zombies could have wandered in. So I always recommend being prepared before you go out. It's not really an issue because this is a solo play, so the world's going to be exactly where it was when I left it. But good habits carry from solo to multiplayer, so always make sure you're ready to fight just in case someone got into your house. There's our boy that drank 3 bottles of bleach. Poor guy. I don't think we have anything in the fridge, but I will check. Oh, we do have good stuff. Oh, we'll just eat it. Am I losing weight or gaining weight? Gaining a little bit, so I'm probably not going to eat an entire thing of ice cream because it will make you gain weight very quickly. So if you're ever trying to gain weight and you find some fresh ice cream, I highly recommend eating that. We'll grab the shrimp. Again, when you're grabbing food, you could, I'll use the ice cream because it's easy, it's safer. If I left click and hold and I could drag it over, drop it in my bag. Where to put it? There it is. That's okay. But what can happen is you can accidentally double click when you left click and drag. Eating it, in the case of the fresh shrimp, it's dangerous if you accidentally eat it. So I recommend either having your bag open, see how it's highlighted here on the left. That means we're looking in the bag, and you can highlight over shrimp, go over to the right, and a grab button will appear. That way you can do grab, and it'll safely grab it. There's no accidental eating it and getting sick and dying. Also, if there are multiple, like this shows 2 ice creams, there's a grab all as well. If you just want one, you can do grab one. So it's just another way to move stuff around that could be safer, or if you just don't accidentally want to eat something. But we will use the shrimp. I'm going to go ahead. I can drag the ham because it's safe. It'll make you unhappy if you eat it, but that's just because it's frozen. I don't know if we have... Oh, we do have a cooking pot. Maybe we'll do a little cooking real quick. Oh, I'm missing my show. I already forgot about it. Might be too late. Maybe I should keep the TV in the kitchen. Probably what I should do. So we'll just have to watch the noon show. Take the TV down here. And we'll just set it here. That's fine. Again, because it's in our main inventory already, you can place it using the pickup tool here. You have the option to pick up or to place. We're going to place it. Let it hang over the edge like a true 90s console TV, ready to fall on you and kill you at any moment. And it's already on, so we'll just leave it on all the time. Actually, I'm going to turn it up to volume 2. That way, if I'm in the other room, I'll hear it still. Hey, Admiral, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. 500 subs. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your help along the way, sir. Do I have a knife on me? I don't think I do. The reason I'm looking for a knife is because we could slice up the ham and put it in a recipe. Somebody left their cooked salmon in the oven. I would have grabbed that had I known it was in there. Since it's rotten, I'm going to go ahead and use the grab button so I don't accidentally eat it, but we don't want it in there. So we will... And conversely, we have the oven selected. You see how the white square is around it? It also says oven at the top, so you know that's container you're looking in. We can right-click on ham, and then click put container in oven so you don't accidentally eat it, you know, trying to drag it. Same with the shrimp. Again, this is just stuff I like to do. If you want to drag it, go for it. It doesn't matter. I just like to show that there's more than one way to do stuff. And since we're standing next to him, he's probably the only container available. He's already highlighted. So you can also put stuff in corpses or on corpses so that when they finally decompose, they take the trash with them. Making sure I didn't miss anything in chat. All right, let's put this nightstick away. Ah. Okay, these are both frozen. You can also see the little snowflake next to them showing they're frozen. That snowflake will go away when it's thawed out. You just turn this on and you can watch the progress if you expand them. If you don't want to expand them, you could also just highlight over it. And another thing, you can't cook the ham for some reason, so we'll just grab that. But the shrimp is starting to cook, and it's right now it's uncooked. So another thing you can do is we could use this shrimp and put it into a recipe, like in the cooking pot, and then cook it. But if you do that, you only get to cook it once, and you only get XP for it once. But if we cook the shrimp first, because right now it shows uncooked, and then it's successfully cooked, and then we add it to a soup or something, you can cook it again and get XP twice. So we'll go ahead and cook this. And I'll show you how to use the timer, but I don't know the time for cooking shrimp. It's probably going to cook really quick. So I'm going to hover over the grab button. Yeah, it's going to start burning really fast here. It might even cook in our bag. Okay, maybe not. We'll put it back over there. Now it's burning. Okay, turn off the oven. It just started burning. So now the shrimp shows fresh cooked. Always make sure it says fresh and cooked if it's something that can make you sick. Because if it says rotten or uncooked, it can kill you. Waltman Forever, welcome to the stream. Good to see you back. You got your nightstick, Drunk on Life Classic. That is a great tune. You are absolutely correct, Abba. So let's see if we can make a soup or something. Well, I was going to see if I can cut the ham with the scalpel, but you cannot. So we have to have a knife in order to cut that ham. We can eat the entire ham, but we can't put it in a meal without cutting it. So we'll just make stew. Okay. So what I'm doing here, you see the cooking pot on the counter here. We go to the local inventory, being the checkered floor. Right click on the cooking pot. You can create a soup or you can create a stew. The only difference between the two that I'm aware of is some things you can add to a stew that you can't add to a soup, and vice versa. So it depends on what kind of food you're working with. Since I can make either one, I usually make soup instead. So random seafood, that's just because seafood is an option. So we'll just check like for example, let's say there was, actually I don't even know what other seafood there are other than fish, vanilla wise. I guess there could be like fresh shrimp and stale shrimp, and then if you clicked random, it would choose one of the two at random. But since we only have the one, we'll just click on it. It's the same as clicking random in this case. And then you'll hear a chopping sound even though you don't have a knife. And now if we look in our main inventory, because what our character did was picked up that cooking pot full of water, that's why it's not on the counter anymore. Now it's in our main inventory. It shows shrimp soup, fresh uncooked. It's only going to give us -10 on hunger. Soup usually takes care of thirst too. So it would be nice if we had something else to add to that. Thought we had some canned food here today. There we go. Let's try, well, we can definitely do vegetable soup. You can always add soup to soup. You're basically combining the soups. And the vegetable soup, I think it's like, I want to say 25 hunger points, so it's really good. We do have a can opener, so we'll go ahead and open the can of soup. And then when we right click on the shrimp soup, there's an option to add open can of vegetable soup. And the way you know how many hunger points you're adding, right here on the right it says 25. We have a little bit of shrimp left, so it's only 3 units. So we could top it off by putting that in there. But the problem is, with soup and stew, you can only add 6 main ingredients. So if you add shrimp twice, that takes up 2 slots. So wasting I should say spending a slot on only 3 units of hunger may not be ideal, but we'll definitely do the can of soup. And I'll show you what I mean by 6 slots. So if you hover over the soup that we're making in the cooking pot, if you look right under the name there where it says shrimp and vegetable soup, you see contains, and it shows 2 little icons. The first one is the shrimp. The second one is the can of soup, although the can's not actually in there. The empty can is right here. But we were at negative 10 on hunger for the shrimp, and now we're at negative 35 because of the vegetable soup we added. We could still add up to 4 other additional items, and then I think as many spices as we have. So it really depends on what you have available to cook with. So if we right click on the soup again, as you can see, we can add salt as spice, and we can still add that extra shrimp we had left over. And the reason we can add salt is because it's available in this cabinet. We can reach it. So if I go over here where I can no longer reach that cabinet, and then I try to right click on the soup, salt is not an option because it's not within our reach. This is why when I design a kitchen, like if I'm building my own safe house or if I'm redoing a kitchen, I will build it so that I'll use the walk to squares to illustrate this. This is the square we're standing on. And as long as we're standing on this square, we can access this square, this square, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then where we're standing in, of course. So basically 3x3 area. So if I would put cabinets on this side here, in these 2 spots, and then maybe overhead cabinets if I can, but you can only put those on the, north and west walls, but we'll talk about that another time. My point is, if you unless you want to be adding stuff, running over here, adding stuff, running over to the fridge, running back here, cooking it, you want to design your kitchen so it's a 3x3 grid, because I can reach this, this, which includes water because it's a sink. You can prepare your entire meal as long as you have everything within reach in that 3x3 square. So that makes it so, and if you don't even have a kitchen, you can do the same thing by putting stuff on the ground in the 3x3 square. That way your cooking is more efficient. You can make a meal without running all over and trying to find stuff. It's all right there in one place. So we'll go ahead and add some salt to this. And what salt does, if you hover over it right now, unhappiness shows negative 10. So that would improve our happiness by 10 points. So if we right click, do soup, add salt, it should increase the unhappiness reduction to 12. That little bit of flavor makes us a little happier. So the more spices you add, the happier your food makes you. And the reason that's important is right now we're very bored and a little sad. So now that this gives us 12 unhappiness points, it's probably going to get rid of the sadness mood, or at least it should. Can we add anything else? Do I want to add a bunch of other food? We'll save it for next time. So since we have additional slots, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the shrimp. And that brings us up to 38 hunger points. Select the oven. Right click again because it's still raw. Even though it's a prepared meal, if you hover over it, it says fresh, uncooked. Actually, I was going to say it's still dangerous, but I forgot. I cooked the shrimp already. So technically, even though it shows uncooked, there's nothing that says it's dangerous uncooked. It's because we already cooked the shrimp and all the other ingredients, actually it's just the vegetable soup and salt. You can eat those raw anyway. So this is completely safe to eat uncooked, but always double check. The reason I point that out is, let's say it's still early in the game. You come into a house, but there's no power, and you find a pot of soup that's still good. It says fresh, but it's uncooked. As long as it doesn't say dangerous to eat uncooked, you can still eat it. Because if you didn't have power, you couldn't use the oven. So that way you can still eat stuff. I'm rambling a little bit. Sorry. I'm all about cooking in Zomboid. I don't get to do it that often either. So, okay. Now, you could just turn this on and stand here and watch it cook. But that's kind of boring. Just because I've cooked a lot of soup, I know how long it takes. So if we right click on the oven and go to settings, this gives us a temperature control and a timer. I always set it to 400. That's why it's there by default. You could play with the settings, but 400's always seemed optimal for me. It doesn't cook stuff too quickly, and it doesn't take forever. It's just about right. Now you might adjust it down, like if you're going to cook popcorn, you put on 250 or something, because so it doesn't burn instantly. But overall, 400 is good for most things. Soup takes 25 minutes, a little over 25 minutes to cook, so you'll hear the timer go off. You'll have a chance to get to the oven and take it out. So we'll turn that on, cancel out the timer. We don't even have to watch it. We can do other stuff in the kitchen. Are zombies nearby? They might be outside. The only thing is, if you leave the room, you won't hear the ding from the timer. I don't know why, but you have to be in the same room or you can't hear it. And I've tested this, so don't burn your house down by leaving the room. I mean, you can leave and come back. Just make sure you come back quickly, because 25 minutes passes pretty quickly in the world. But you can also listen. You hear it bubbling? I'll stand closer. The bubbling will speed up when it starts burning. So we'll hear a ding first, and then we'll wait a second and we'll hear the bubbling sound change. Hopefully you can hear that. Okay, I can hear it sped up, so now it's burning. We'll grab that, and you don't have to wait for that. You know, I was trying to do, let it play out so that you can hear what it sounds like. And we are learning stuff right now from the TV show, but I'm going to ignore that for a moment. Notice now, the hunger was at 35 before? It went up to 49 just because we cooked it. So the fact that we cooked the soup makes it a better meal for us. So we'll eat it before it gets cold. Or drink it, I should say. You drink soup. We'll drink half of it. I usually just drink the whole thing, but we're not trying to gain weight, so we'll drink half. And then it should drop down to about 24, 25. There, so we have 24 units left. And, wow, our hunger moodle isn't green. That's weird. And our up chevron went away. Okay, well, since we don't have a green hunger moodle, I'm going to drink the rest of that soup. I didn't think we were that hungry, but I guess we were. Carpentry just went up. What else went up? Maybe it was just carpentry. And you can walk while you're eating as well. Thought I turned this off. So I usually store the cooking pot. Anything else I usually cook with in the oven, because I'm going to need it there anyway. Alright. So I'd get a trash can. I usually stack the cans on the counter. Bachelor pad style. I guess I'll put the ham in the back in the freezer until I find something to slice it with. So the top icon, the vertical one, is the refrigerator. The flat one is the freezer compartment. So if you have food, fresh food, it has its normal, I don't know, however many days before it goes rotten. If you put it in the refrigerator, it takes 5 times as long to go bad. If you put it in the freezer, it takes 25 times as long to go bad. So usually you keep stuff you're not going to eat for a while in the freezer, just like real life, and then move it to the fridge when you think you'll be using it within the next couple of days. Let's have a smoke while we need it. The unhappiness didn't even help there. Might have to see if I have any red books. I don't think I put any books in here today. I don't remember if I unloaded stuff from the car or not. There's a red book here. Again, red books will help get rid of boredom and sadness or depression. So I'll read that. Tommy. Oh, saying hello to Abba. Abba, our local cheerleader. Okay, now all we are is tired, so let's go upstairs and get some sleep. And I don't want to sleep all day. We'll waste the entire day, so here's the watch we're wearing. Set alarm. Let's do like a 6-hour nap. That's already going to put us at 7 p.m. That's okay. We'll sleep again when it gets dark. We don't want to sleep all the whole entire daytime away. In fact, we're just going to do 1800. It should be enough to get rid of the Moodle. But we'll still have a little time to do stuff and then sleep again later. All right. I can't remember. Do I have a saw already? We have a saw, we have an axe, and we have nails and a hammer. That's all we need to secure the house. Alright. Oh, scared me. I'm so used to playing bandits, I saw the words and I thought, oh, just in time for survival. Exposure survival. I thought it was bandits talking in the house. Tommy can understand what I mean. We're going to learn to build cage traps, so our trapping skills should go up. Actually, I'm trying to remember if we learned the recipe for building traps from this. I don't think we do. Yes, I can fast forward it. I keep forgetting I can do that. Should be almost over. Okay. So we learned a level and a half of trapping. That's awesome. Maybe I'll actually do some trapping in this run. Okay. So, primary focus, we're going to get all the windows secured. I think we'll secure the back door as well. And because we'll probably just be using the front door, and then we'll have the emergency escape rope upstairs to exit the house if it's an emergency. So let's go find some planks. Oh, that's right, I do have some out front. No one else to worry about at the moment. Okay. Pick these up. Actually, I don't want to do that. I would put them in my duffel because it's less encumbrance, but then I have to take them out of the duffel. It takes longer than just dropping them from your main inventory. Our encumbrance Moodle pops up, but that's okay. All right. So we started with this one. The first level of barricading we're going to do is based on recommendations from what I've heard most people say. We're not going to barricade on the outside because the boards on the outside will attract zombies if they're in the area. Probably not going to have to worry about that, but I want to teach you the right way. So this is going to be the first level of barricading, and then we'll go from there. So the reason we did 2 on here is because with 2, you can still see outside the glass and see what's outside, which I think is very important. We can add a 3rd or even 4th board here, but if we do that, we won't be able to see outside the glass. Then what happens is, you're upstairs sleeping, something wakes you up, you hear banging on the house, but you don't know where the hell it is. So you can come out here and you hear it, you're like, are they here? But if you board the window up with 3 or 4, you can't see if they're outside. You'll actually have to go outside to find out where they are. You'll have a general idea, and you might see the boards moving, but to me, I like to be able to look. Plus, you might hear one bang, and there could be 2 others standing right behind them, not attacking it. So it's better to be able to look outside and see what you have to deal with before you go out there and deal with it. So 2 is ideal for, I would say, a first line of defense. 1 is better than nothing. It'll slow them down, but I would say 2's good. All right, so here's a good example. We can't get to that window to board it up. Someone might decide, all right, let's go outside and board it up, which you could do. However, the right half of this couch, or any furniture really, with the exception of, I think Admiral taught me bookcases can block windows, but I'm not 100%. I think he said that. And I tried it and he was right. But this right half of the couch, because it's under the window, it's passable. But we can't get to it because it's under this tile here. This tile, that half of the couch that's above this tile, is under the window. You can move around in there, but the table's in the way and the bookshelf is in the way. So luckily we can move this table. Again, pickup tool under the table. We can just go set it somewhere else so it's out of the way. Actually, we can even put it in these shelves probably. Let's see, it holds 40 and the table weighs 5. So if you don't have a place you want to put the table, you can just drop it in a container somewhere. Note that it's not a picture of a table anymore. It shows like a little flat pack. It's just piece 1 of 1. But we can place that on the ground again later if we need it. So now that table's out of the way, we can walk right through this couch here. But notice we can't walk this way or this way because those items are not under the window. Because this is under the window, we can walk through it. Which is why you can't use most furniture to block a window to protect you from zombies. Because they'll break through the window, they'll fall through the furniture, and they'll walk right into the house. Sinister Zomboid. How important in the map? How important is the map in Project Zomboid? It says, I came across this Project Zomboid live stream, so I marked it on the map. Welcome back, Sinister Zomboid. Glad to see you here this evening. Well, evening for me. How important is the map in Project Zomboid? It is very important. As you know, it's important for marking stuff so you can come back later. It's important to find yourself, find your way around in the world. And to consider options before you head out and put yourself in danger. It helps in making a plan. All right, so now that we can get in here and access this, we'll go ahead and put 2 boards on here. I hope that answers your question, Sinister Zomboid. We'll put 1 more. Alright, so that's again first level of defense. The only thing I don't like about this, it is good that they're not going to be attracted to the boards inside the house. That's fine. My problem is if they are attracted to the window for some reason, they are going to break that glass. Which, if you don't care about having intact windows, that's no big deal. I like my house to look pretty, so I would put boards on the outside to protect the glass, but that's just me. We could put up to 2 out here and still see through it if you want to protect the glass. These windows can be replaced. You'll have to steal them from another location or maybe the upstairs windows. But you need a crowbar, and I think you need level 2. Do I have a crowbar? Let's see. I don't have one yet, but you need a crowbar, and I think it's level 2 carpentry. Might be level 1, but you can remove a window and then put it in somewhere else. So you can replace it, but why replace it if you can just protect it? But for the purposes of this video, I'll just leave it. I'm not really worried about it. So the best way to make sure you have all the windows and doors covered is just to make sure you do complete perimeter check. We'll put 2 on here. I might be out. Actually, I'll have to go get some more. In fact, if I'm low on nails, how many do I have right now? 80. We're good on nails. But if you don't have very many nails, just put 1 board on every window, because that'll slow the zombies down at least. It's better than nothing, but that way you can cover all of the windows, hopefully. If you have enough nails. It's 2 per. 2 nails and 1 board to put a board in place. Double check that. Yep, we went from 80 to 78. Again, we can still see out the window, but we'll close it. Okay, you can kind of do little math. We already did those 3 windows. We're going to want 2 for this door, 2 for this one, so it's 4, 6, 8. And we only need to do the downstairs ones, so we need 8 more planks. Alright, so now it's time to get some planks. So 8 more planks. Every log gives you 3 planks. So we'll need to do at least 3 logs. And we happen to have an axe. I think the firefighter axe isn't ideal for cutting trees, but it'll work. And it's in pretty decent shape. So depending on how big a tree is, it'll give you more or less logs. We already cut that one down. So this tree here is about the size it would give you 2 logs, I think. Let's see if we can find a bigger one. Oh, and I'll show you something with sheet rope while we're doing this, because it's also an important thing to know. Did I put them in here? Yeah. No, are those regular sheets or sheet rope? Rope sheets. I put the wrong thing on the ground. That's why I still had sheet rope in my inventory last time, because I put the wrong things on the ground. I put the rope sheets down instead of the sheet rope. Where did I put those other ones at? There it is. 2 sheet rope. We'll just put it in the main inventory for now. Aldrin Kadoy, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. All right. This tree might give us 3. I think I showed it last time, but we only did 1 tree, so I'll review it again. You can cut down a tree in 1 of 2 ways. You can right-click on do cut down tree, and then it'll give you green dots for anywhere that you can cut down a tree. And if you pick the one you want, and then you just left-click it, and it'll cut it down. Or you can swing at the tree, which I think saves the axe a little bit, so I've been told. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. Wow, that only gave us 1. I'm surprised. Oh, no, it gave us 2. Wow, they must be exactly stacked. Sorry, we'll get another one. But for now, what I was going to show you with the sheet rope, I believe it takes 2. Since we have the sheet rope in our main inventory, we can right-click on the logs. And you have an option to make a 2-log stack. Now, if we look at these logs, right now, each one weighs 9. So if I want to take these, throw them in my inventory, it's going to weigh 18 encumbrance-wise. But if we right-click and do make a 2-log stack, now there's a 2-log stack on the ground, and that weighs 6. So it reduced it by basically 66% in weight, or I should say in encumbrance. So now this is easier to carry. We can probably even throw it in our pack. Okay, maybe not. But we could definitely equip it secondary. And because it only weighs 6, it doesn't over-encumber us at all. The thing to note there is our axe was held with both hands. So because we put it secondary, we put our axe away. So if we want to make sure we're armed, choose a single-handed weapon, so you can still carry the log stack secondary, and the nightstick primary for fighting. So we're going to cut down this other tree. I'm going to go ahead and set down the double log stack. What was it? See, sometimes when you walk near a tree, it plays the sound that you walked through it. So it's just spooky because it sounds like zombies coming through the tree. So I'm going to drop this stack here just so that I can wield the axe again. Thought I heard something. Oh, there's a zombie in that shed over there. Do I have a flashlight? So I could hear the sound of him banging on the window. Oh, it was a different window. Now he broke the window. Did he break it and not come outside? What a jerk. He didn't even need to break it. Make sure there's nothing over here that can come up behind me. Can't even see him, but he's by the door. At least I think it's that door. So you can see the door moving. That's because that's the door he's banging on. Now, we could go through this window, but we'd have to clear the broken glass, and he's right there, so he could probably turn around and bite us. We could go in through this window, but he's only 2 tiles away. Again, he could turn around and bite us. So, we can see if there's any other windows, but there's probably not. So really, our only safe choice is the door, if it's unlocked. Waltman, you must avenge the window, right? What a jerk, man. You didn't even need to break it. Again, line up with the door, make sure your cursor's behind where you think the zombie's going to be, and when we open it, and it's locked, so we can't open it. You can try calling him out here. Remember when you clear broken glass to have something in your... I think it's only primary hand, or right click, remove broken glass. Always double check your 6. I'm going to triple check it because I need to crouch down and I don't want to be at a disadvantage here. Because I'm overcautious. You'll probably notice that. Okay, so as you all probably know, if you press the Q key, you shout. Well, we don't want to do that necessarily because I don't want to attract a lot of attention. However, if you crouch and press the Q key, you whisper, but he's still banging, so he's not coming. Sometimes you can use that to get a zombie to come out, but usually it doesn't work if they are doing something. If they're just standing there, it might bring them out. So now I have a choice to make. I either let him break the door down, I break the door down, or I risk climbing through and fighting. That window's just too close. So I always hate breaking the doors and fighting them because it makes your swing slow. Or I should say you have to recover from the animation before you get to fight. Since this is a beginner's guide and I don't want to risk it. Well, let's put it this way. If you hear the banging is faster, there could be 2 or more zombies on that door. So for me, if it was 2 or 3 zombies, I would not break the door down because it's too risky. They're probably going to get me. So if you're a new player and you're not even sure about fighting one zombie necessarily, breaking the door down could be a bad move. So I would suggest we will just let him break it down, and when he comes out, we'll deal with him. Because going through the windows is probably going to get us bitten, and breaking the door is probably going to get us bitten. So you don't have to be a hero. Just smoke your cigarette and go back to work. I forgot to get the rest of the logs, so we're going to go back and get those. Alright, now we have 2 loose logs and a 2 log stack. We'll right click on the 2 log stack, we'll do unstack. That puts the sheet rope back in our main inventory. Now, because there's 4 of them, we can right click and make a 4 log stack. You'll have an option to make a 2, a 3, or a 4. Now remember they weighed 4 each, so that would have been 36. The 4 log only weighs 12, so again, it's only a third in the same encumbrance. So we'll go ahead and equip primary because I want the flashlight to see where I'm going. That way we can carry it to the primary. We're still not over encumbered because we have it neatly stacked. Just to give you an idea, I'll drop this and unstack it and show you what it looks like if I pick them all up. Right now, no encumbrance Moodle. If we take them all, may not even be able to carry them all. Let's see. Nope, couldn't even pick up the last one. Might be able to carry it in our primary. Nope. So I can't even carry 4 if they're not bundled. So let's go ahead and bundle it. If you have them in your inventory, you can also right-click on one and bundle them because you have them in your main inventory. And then we'll go ahead and pick it up. So anyway, that's the difference between using them stacked or carrying them stacked and not stacked. Definitely better to stack them. We could saw the logs out here, but for safety, I'd rather do it inside the house. Shut the flashlight off. All right. Unstack these. Trying to think if I should show you another shortcut right now. Watman saying hello to Abba. Yeah, it's too dark outside. I'll show that another time. Okay, so we'll unstack these. Now we have 4 to saw. And you right click on the log and do saw logs. We could do one of them or all 4. We're probably going to need all of them anyway. So go ahead and saw all 4 of them. And if you watch them, 1 is gone. Now we have 3 planks. Now we have 2 logs and 6 planks. And you can also move to interrupt the action. If a zombie comes, or you think, oh, I didn't want to saw 4, just 3, which is actually the case here, you can interrupt it just by moving. It breaks you out of the animation. So let's go ahead and grab these planks. We'll load up, make them heavy. I wonder how many we can carry. That's 27. Might be able to carry all of them. It's going to be breaking our back, but that's okay. It's only temporary. Unless that zombie breaks out of that door, and then we'll have to drop them all real quick and fight. Turn the flashlight on again. Looks like he's still in there. Alright, so we'll close this for a second. Oh, that's right, you do it on the inside. Habits die hard. Alright. So we'll do the door first. I usually lock it first. Just makes sense to me. We'll do this one. So bad at fast forwarding stuff. Didn't mean to turn on the oven timer. And you'll notice over here discomfort. It looks like a broken bone. Your bones aren't breaking. What happened is, I'll take a closer look here in a minute. Alright, what happened was, when I was carrying all those planks, they weighed so much that they're causing damage to my character. So if we look at our health, it's gone down probably about 20%. So right now it's at minor damage, and you notice it's not going back up. So that discomfort Moodle, it says something doesn't feel right. It's basically saying, hey, you're hurting yourself, whatever you're doing. It doesn't mean you have an injury. It just means you're hurting your body, your character's body, and you need to figure out what's going on and fix it. Right now, we got rid of the encumbrance. That Moodle's gone, so we're no longer being damaged by it, but our health has not recovered yet. And one of the fastest way to recover it is to eat something and get your hunger Moodle in the green, and then this will start going up, and that Moodle will go away. So first, let's address the thirsty Moodle. We'll right-click on the sink, drink it. Go ahead and fill our water bottle. Watman Forever, does carrying heavy items over time help level up your strength? It does. And I've seen people do that. So think of this damage in that aspect. Think of it as like basically if you're weight training, you're tearing your muscles for them to heal bigger and stronger. Same idea. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Okay, so we'll eat something. I don't think I can put rice in a cooking pot. I think it has to be a saucepan, but we'll try. Fill the empty cooking pot. No. Oh, place rice in cooking pot. Wow, I've never tried that before. Cool. Now the difference with, now it's cooking pot with rice. So it's not like making the soup or the stew. You notice you don't see a rice icon in the list on the the description of the cooking pot with rice. So basically, this is no longer cooking pot with water. It's cooking pot with rice, which is a base for adding other items. And I think you can add up to 4. You can do this with rice, and you can do it with pasta. And I think you can add up to 4 items on top of the rice or the pasta. I don't know that we have anything to add, but let's see. You can do salt, of course. And that's another thing it shows. So right there it shows better hot. Right now it's only like -2 unhappiness. I think it gives you more happiness if it's hot, if you heat up the rice. But let's see if we can put anything else in with the rice. I don't think you can put beans in there, but I've never tried, so I'll try now. You can. Wow. The red beans and rice. But it was 23 too. That's going to be good. So we got beans and rice, 34 hunger, better hot. We don't have to cook it, but it'll make it better. So place the can here. Put the beans and rice in the oven. Now I don't know how long it takes to cook rice, so I'm going to watch it. But if we wanted to know, look at your watch. It says 4:40. Now it says 4:50. I'm going to turn it on. So we just started it at 4:50. We'll watch the clock, and when it's almost done cooking, pay attention to how many minutes it takes, and then you can set the timer in the future. And it seems like there's nothing else you would be doing in the kitchen, but maybe you're sorting inventory, maybe you're prepping another meal, maybe you're just reorganizing things, reading, something like that. So you need to pay attention to the time, and that way you can use the timer so you're not distracted for too long. So far it's only been 10 minutes. Okay, so rice cooks very fast. So if I was going to set a timer, I'd set it for 10 minutes and then be ready to grab it. And since it cooks so fast, you may not even go do something else, because it's probably going to burn on you. And now it's 44 points and 9 unhappiness instead of 2 unhappiness. So perfect. And the animation is not that great. If you want it to look better, you can also put the rice in bowls. We just don't have any bowls right now. But you can eat with a fork and everything. It's much more realistic than jamming your face into the side of a pot. But now if you look at our health, put the finger under it, it's slowly going up. And that's because we have a green hunger moodle, full to bursting. And our body is healing from the damage we took from carrying all those planks. It's already 5:20 in the morning, so I guess I'll wait for the show to come on. Then we'll go sleep again. So while we wait for the show to come on, another thing you can do, I showed you how to place stuff in the last episode, I think. It was one of the episodes, but again, if you want to place something on a flat surface, obviously the floor is easy. But a lot of people will try to place something on the table using placing on this tile here, which is actually behind the table and on the floor. So you always want to select the tile that's underneath the piece of furniture you want to place it on. So right click the plank, do place item. Now you see the little white outline underneath the table? That's the tile you want to highlight to place this. Again, you can hold the R key down to spin it. You can hold Shift and R to spin it the other way, just to get it to however you want it to look. You could also do place items, turn it like this, and you can have them different directions. To make the house look more lived in, that's probably a bad example because it's useless stuff, but like placing the cans. I don't remember putting the can opener there. Thought I... Is it an extra can opener? It is. So that was already there. Brought to you by Kitten Knives. Cake. We're going to learn about cooking, my favorite. We already have almost a level and a half. Hopefully we'll hit level 2. Cooking went up a little bit. Come on, get us to level 2. Yay! And the better your cooking skill, the better you can cook. You get to the higher levels like 8, 9, and 10. You can use less food to make more of a meal. So you can make your food go, you can stretch your food longer. I think we got all the windows, so I think that's over. Yeah, it's a commercial. All right, so we got the door back here and all the windows on the first floor. With the exception of this door is the biggest vulnerability. Now, remember, you can pass through furniture in front of a window, but in front of a door, it actually blocks it. So if you want added security here while you sleep, if you're worried about it, go ahead and pick up this regular chair. Now, recognize that this office chair, you can walk right through it. The zombies can also walk right through it. So you don't want to use that. But this chair, the only way to get through it is to break it or move it. So we're going to pick it up and place it here in front of the door. And again, you drag it towards the direction you want it to face while you're holding the left mouse button down, and then release it. And this actually caused some confusion for me when I first started. Let me pick it up again. And I've seen other people get confused as well. So when you go to place it, all right, right now it shows that that's where I'm going to place it. Now if I click and I move my cursor, because I still have it, let me do that again. Maybe I can pause it. I don't know if I can pause in the middle of that. All right, is it F2? Okay. So I click to place it. The status, what was it called? The progress bar above my character's head, that's showing that I'm going through the process of placing that chair. And the reason this still shows up when I move it around is because currently it's still in my inventory because I haven't finished placing it yet. So what happens is a player will click and then they'll move their mouse and they think, oh, I didn't put it in the right spot. And then they hit escape or walk away and they can't figure out why they can't place something. So basically, once you've clicked to place it, don't worry about what shows after that. As long as you have that progress bar, it is placing it the way you had it oriented when you clicked. And then once it's finished, this chair will disappear. So let me unpause it. And there, the reason it disappeared is because it's no longer in my inventory, so there's not an option to place it. Hopefully that makes sense. So now if a zombie breaks through this door, they have to break the chair also to get to you. So this first floor, I can't say it's 100% secure because eventually they could get through, but it's going to take them long enough that they're going to wake you up, and or you will wake up before they get into the house, so you have time to decide what you need to do to fix the problem. So, should I sleep the full? That's going to put us at like, I'll set it for, what would 8 hours be? 15, so that'd be like 3 p.m. That's fine. Get some good sleep this time, hopefully. And you don't have to set an alarm. But the problem is your character may sleep 12 hours and you just lose a lot of time. But totally up to you. Do I still have I put the sheet rope downstairs. I'm going to bring it up here so we have it in case they pull that other sheet rope down. We don't have a fireplace. No, okay. There are already a couple nails on the ground. Probably only need one, but that's our backup rope in case we need it. Alright, so what else can we do? I wanted to do the safe house thing. Alright, so now, technically we can't get out of here without moving that chair. Unless we use the rope. So what we can do... I mean, it looks pretty clear out here, and it was clear yesterday. We'll go in here and check. Actually, is there a window in here? No, see, I forgot there was a window there. We got to board that one up too. For some reason, I missed that door. Alright, so we'll grab 2 of these. Okay, and then I'm looking out this window primarily to see if there's a zombie standing right under the rope, because this rope is the one from upstairs. It looks clear. Could there be a zombie standing on either side of that window? Yes. But overall, it looks clear. So I could move that chair to go out the front door, but I'm going to go ahead and climb down this so I don't have to put the chair back later. And again, we can keep this closed and still climb out. No zombies trying to eat our face. Now, technically, we should still be able to open this front door because it's not barricaded. Just the chair is in the way. Oh, the hell? Wow, that's scary. See, you think it's clear, and it's not. I don't even know where they came from, so it was a big surprise to me. I don't like it when they're shoulder to shoulder, so now they're in line a little bit. Still another one. Wow. So they must have showed up while we were sleeping. I just don't know where they came from. That guy's still banging on the door over here. Something I forgot about. Sometimes these are containers and you find logs in them. So if you look, it turns orange. Is it this? Oh, it's these two. So it's only one end or the other. Or I should say it's only one end of the logs, but there's 3 of them. Where's the second one at? Orange, orange. I guess it doesn't highlight the other one. Weird. Anyway, sometimes you can find logs in those too. I just always forget. So we didn't necessarily have to cut down trees. But those could be containers as well. But as I was... Actually, I should probably clear the rest of the side of the house. Did they break the window? They did. Did they break that while I was sleeping, or was that before? I don't remember now. Okay, so we're looking pretty clear. It's raining. I don't think we have any seeds, or I would show you how to plant stuff. But my point is, they can't open doors, but they can break it down. So if they broke this door, they would still have to get through this chair. But we don't have to worry about that for now. I don't remember what we have in the car. I think the pistol on our belt is better than that. Yeah. If you need batteries for your flashlights, there's a couple things you can do. Actually, let me bring the car closer to the house. This is bothering me. And just take a look around. There's one coming. He may have heard the car. So we can leave him if we want. But we know exactly where he is right now. So getting rid of him now is probably the best idea. Otherwise, they might get us in the middle of the night like those other guys wanted to. You can always wait for them. Well, let me show you this. He'll stumble over the fence. He'll probably try to grab me. Oh, he didn't. If you're close enough, they'll try to grab you. See if I can get on the other side and do it. What's it called? Lunging? Didn't do it. So if you're close enough, see how she tried to lunge? That's because I was within range and then I moved out of the way so she didn't get me. But what you can do is what they call cheesing with the fence. You can use the fence to your advantage. And when they hop over, you can get them while they're on the ground. Makes it a little easier to kill them, especially if there's a bunch of them after you. I don't usually do it, but I have done it before in a pinch. Or if I see them fall, I'll just run over and kill them real quick, because it's easier when they're laying on the ground. I'm going to start grabbing socks in case I want more sheet rope. Also, if you don't want a bunch of litter around your house after killing zombies and they decompose and disappear, click on the local or the immediate inventory and just drag stuff from the ground into the zombie. That way it'll disappear with them. You don't have to worry about cleaning stuff up later. And it's really good to do on servers as well, so the world doesn't become full of random crap. Morning, Whale Grin. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Now, he'll get through that door eventually, but we're just going to let him do his thing. Is that enough socks? Let's see. 4 and 2. That's plenty. Okay. What do we have in the car? Ah, radios. Okay, so actually, I just thought of something, so I'll show you something else. We'll do it this side. Actually, I may have showed it in the last episode. You know, if you press V, you get the radial wheel, and you can open the window. And it kind of disappears, so you can see that. Well, if the window's closed, and you try to use your aiming by holding down the right mouse button, you don't get the aiming or the isometric cursor, but you can still look around. But you can't look far out. Like you can't pan or you can't pan or anything. But if you open the window, because you can shoot out of the vehicle, you get your aiming or isometric cursor because the window's down, which means you can also scroll and pan to look around. So if you're ever in the car and you need to look down the road, farther than you could see without the window open, you can do this while you're driving too. Just be careful. But anyway, I was just thinking about it, so I thought I would share that. Okay, so we have a flashlight, or in this case, a hand torch, probably my main inventory. Hand torch. Right now the battery's pretty good shape. A lot of juice left, but we don't. Oh, we do have 2 extra batteries, so we don't really need more batteries right now. But I'll show you how to get them anyway. We can right-click. There's 2 walkie-talkies here, but we'll just right-click and do. You can dismantle it, but if you don't want to dismantle it, maybe you want to keep the radio and use it. You can. Where is it? Oh, equip secondary. Basically, you're putting the radio in your secondary hand, and then it brings up this UI just like the TV. And if you expand it, the battery is right here, and as long as it's turned off, you can see how it's green. That's just the color of the battery. If you right-click it, it turns gray because you pulled out the battery, and now it's in your main inventory. So that's a way to get fresh batteries for your flashlight. I'll just throw it in the glove box for now. I'll also right-click on the radio that's in my secondary and put it in the glove box as well. So we still have that battery and then a battery in the other radio we can get later. Another way you can get a kind of a cheesy way to get batteries, but if you need a battery, sometimes, it's worth the cheese, I would say. Look around because I got to get under the hood. I want to make sure we're pretty clear. You can either press V and do the wrench, or you can press U or E if you're standing right in front of it. A lot of options. You can uninstall the radio. You just need a screwdriver. So right click, uninstall. Now it's red. That means the radio is missing in our main inventory. Go into my main inventory, find the radio. It's a U.S. Army ham radio because it's a police vehicle. You right click on that. And this is a terrible example because you can't do it with a ham radio. But basically the way I showed you with the, we'll put it back because it's breaking my bones. I'll try to show you on another car later. But if it was a regular radio, like a premium or a value tech or whatever, you could right click on it, just like the walkie-talkie. It'll give you the UI, and for whatever reason, the car radio has a battery in it, and you can take that battery out. And you could reinstall the radio, and it'll still work in the car. So you get a free battery for your flashlight that way. It also works if you find a bunch of wrecked cars that you can't drive. Just pull the radios out and either dismantle them or equip them secondary and take the battery out so you can use in the future. Whale Grits is just about to hit the bed, but saw you were on. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Sorry if I missed your message. I didn't see how long it was up there. Sleep well, my friend. Alright. What's in the trunk? Anything? I'll probably leave all of that in there. Yeah. Keep the rounds on me, batteries on me, keep that box on me. I'm going to put the extra duffel bags in the trunk because if I'm going to use them for loot bags, I'm probably going to have to come grab them anyway. Put the gas can in there as well. Digital watch. We'll keep the rest of it on us. Close the trunk with E. Alright, so we secured the safe house. Now, next course of action, I would say, in making your safe house a home. It is now secure. We can get in and out safely for the most part. And right now we have water and we have power, but that isn't going to last forever. It is going to shut off. So ideally, if you can find a generator, and if you can find the generator magazine, and bring them to the house, hook them up, read the book, hook up the generator, which we'll go over once I get it. Then you will have power available to you. You'll need gasoline for the generator too. You'll have power available after the power goes out. Second, when the water goes out, actually, I guess it's water first and then power. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. When the water goes out, you can use rain barrels to collect water from the rain, obviously. But you can plumb it to like a kitchen sink or a bathroom sink so that you can have fresh water. Because if you just drink rainwater, it's dirty and it can make you sick. But if you plumb it to the sink or the bathtub or the toilet, it filters it magically and you have fresh water again. So in order to make this a true home to where you feel safe and you have what you need, in my opinion, you need plumbed water and you need power so that you're ready for when those go out. Sometimes you don't get it done before they go out and you just make do like you're camping. But if you can get it before they go out, that's ideal. And in order to do that, we need to find a generator mag. Did I find that already, or was that in a... I guess I'll go inside and check before I go on a quest for one. We have to go all the way around. Actually, I could just move the chair. Oh, I can't do it from outside, really. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. To climb the sheet rope, I don't know if I went over that. You can, if you can stand in the right place, you have to get used to it, and then press E, you'll climb it. If that doesn't work, you may not be positioned correctly. You can also right-click on the rope, and there'll be an option to climb sheet rope. Put my screwdriver away since it's in my hand. Okay. Generator book. I'm like, why did I come up here? Probably would have put it downstairs if I have it. I don't remember. I don't think we have it. Holy sheet rope Batman, right, Peacock? It's the best. Actually, I hate sheet rope, but some people want to use them. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're great for hauling logs, and they're also good for escaping, but I don't like it as a daily entryway into a building. I refuse. I will keep stairs all day long. Guess I can carry the chips with us. Cigarettes as well. I'm not a big fan of knocking out stairs. Yeah, me either. Some people swear by it, and you are safer, but I hate climbing the rope, so. What's our weight like? Oh, our weight's dropping. Good. That means I can eat ice cream and not be ashamed. I'm going to eat the entire thing of ice cream. That's a quality breakfast, right? Although it's 10 p.m., so I guess it's not really breakfast. Yeah, we're not even gaining weight. See, you can eat breakfast before bed. I don't know what they're talking about. Looks like there's a new big city map, New Albany. Really? I'll have to take a look at that. And welcome to the stream, Peacock. RB95, welcome as well. Can you upload these after? Got work, but helpful info. Yes, they automatically, they'll be in my live section. If you're on my channel and you look under the live tab, they're all in there. I also have a playlist broken down for each series, and there's a playlist for this one as well. But thank you for the kind words. I'm glad that you find the info helpful. So yeah, if you look either under the live tab for the most recent, or under the playlist, it's just called a New Player's Guide playlist. There's only this is the third one, so there's only 3 of these right now. But yeah, you can find them in there. Thank you for asking, RB95. And again, welcome. Piskov says, on the bend of the river is on the other side of the river from Louisville. Okay. For some reason, when you said that, I thought you meant it was added to the vanilla map, but now I understand what you mean. That's just where the map mod creator put it. Cool. It's pretty big though, huh? Maybe I'll have to do a stream on that. Big maps scare me too, but definitely fun. Um, 33 cells. No kidding. Man, that sounds like another Raven Creek. Let's top off the water. Okay, we don't have the generator mag, so I have 35 minutes left in this stream. Hopefully RB95 got my answer before he left. He's always keen to check out new maps. Yeah, for sure. So speaking of maps, we'll click on this map. Go to where we're at. Okay, so we're here in this farmhouse. So far, this is all we've explored here. These are ones I've read maps for. This one's Riverside and this one's West Point. Okay, so this is Rosewood. So we're just north of Rosewood in the farmhouse. There is a bookstore in one of these green buildings here where we might find a generator mag. You can also find it in, occasionally you can find it in residential mailboxes, as well as a post office. I don't even know if there's a post office in Rosewood. If there is, this might be it right here, the purple one. Occasionally in house bookshelves, but I find the bookstore is the best first choice. And then potentially in elementary or high schools, which I think there's a school over in this area maybe, but I forget exactly because I don't know Rosewood very well. So I guess we can go back into town to see if we can find a generator and or generator magazine. Can I do it in 30 minutes? Probably not at night, but we will try anyway. We have the police car. We'll be fine. You know, I said I don't like to use escape ropes to go in and out. I've showed it to you, so I'm going to stop using it. And I'm not really worried about zombies getting through this door. I just wanted to demonstrate that you could use the chair to block it. So I'm going to get this out of the way and start using the door again. Also, I recommend taking bodies and getting them out of your house, so we'll do that now. So to pick up a corpse, you right-click on the corpse, and sometimes they'll be like hidden in the grass or something, and you kind of have to find like a leg or something to click on. But generally, if you click inside the tile that they're on, actually, let's try that because I don't know if I've ever tried. So technically, this tile is where he is. So we could probably even click on the tile, right-click on the tile, just to the right of his elbow there. Let's see if that works. Nope, you actually have to click on the body. To click on it, there's an option to grab corpse. And if you'll notice, the corpse is in both of your hands because you're carrying it like this. There is a mod that shows you carrying like a body bag. But we're not playing with mods. Otherwise, it's just invisible and it's in both your hands. Build 42 is supposed to have it so that you'll actually see your character dragging the body, which is going to be totally cool. I'm looking forward to that. Bad Sad, welcome to the stream. And Peacock says that eye-shaped blue building is the church, and the school is east on that road. Let me double check that. Eye-shaped building. Is that an eye? What is it? L-shaped. Okay, cool. Oh, I see. Because you use lowercase l. Got it. Okay, so this is the church, and then the school is east on this road. Okay, cool. So I'll probably try to hit the bookstore first if it's not too overwhelming, and then we could do the school next. Is there a post office? I don't know. You would think Rosewood would have to have a post office, but it might not. So you can't fight when you're carrying a zombie because you can't hold a weapon. There isn't. Okay, good to know. So I don't remember who I learned this from, but it was a long time ago. You have the corpse in your hands. You could right click it because it shows it here. You could right click it and do drop. That's one way. But the faster way is to do two things at once, because you want, if you suddenly get surprised by a zombie while you're carrying a corpse, you don't want to waste time right clicking, clicking drop, waiting for them to go through the animation of dropping it. You could right click on the ground and do drop corpse. Again, that's a bunch of clicking and you got to do it. The fastest way to be ready for a zombie if you get surprised while carrying a corpse is just to hit your hotkey. You'll grab your weapon and drop the corpse. You have the weapon in your hand, the corpse is no longer a problem. Now you're free to fight. So I always recommend, if you ever get surprised, because it'll happen, you'll pick up a corpse, you'll walk out the door, and there'll be a zombie right there. You can also run, but it depends on how encumbered you are. But if there's a zombie out here, I would just hit 2, drop the corpse, and I'm ready to fight. So, but let's take him out where he's not, where we're going to see him all the time. I could clean up all these other corpses, and I probably would normally, but I'm not going to right now. Have a smoke. There are quite a few bookshelves in the courthouse as well. Oh, I didn't think about that. You know, I don't even know if I've ever been in the courthouse. Okay. I just remembered. We're really low on gas, so we're going to have to go to the gas station first. Which might take a minute to clear. What are our weapons looking like? I don't want to use the hammer. We need that as a tool. Nightstick's in great shape. We do have the pistol, although we have no aiming skill, so it's not going to work very well. We also have the axe on our back, so we're pretty good for fighting. We're almost out of gas, so we need to get there soon. We can turn on the headlights, and for a little added visibility, I'm going to turn on the overhead lights too. See if we can get into town. And gas station, I always get confused here. I don't think it's the black building. It might be the black building. If it's not, it's just north of the black building. It's right here, though. So let's see if we can get some gas first. Since the power is still on, we won't have to worry about setting up a generator. But notice how you can kind of see a little bit better from the overhead lights. And they don't attract zombies, so it's fine. Just don't turn on the siren. Wee woo, that's right. Alright, so there's a zombie there, kind of close to our house. So I'm going to go directly to the gas station. I'm going to hop out. And there's probably going to be a good number of zombies, so it's going to seem overwhelming. And it can be. They're already piling up on us. I forgot to enable my minimap again. There's also an entrance to the gas station down the road to the east there. But we'll jump out up here. And again, it'll look overwhelming, and it can be, but you just got to keep moving. And actually, I'd rather be on the other side here. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to leave it running for now, because that'll actually draw them out. We're going to jump out on the other side. Alright, we have some light, so we can probably get away with using a two-handed weapon. We don't really need the flashlight right now. Wish I had beta blockers so I don't get panicked, but we work with what we have. Alright, he's getting in on our flank there, so we'll move away, try to stay out of the grass so it's not too dark. And kind of think about where you're going. It looks pretty clear here, so we can turn around safely and smack on these guys a little bit. I also left the car on because it might pull some of the zombies away toward the sound instead of coming for us. Woo! Double back this way. Looks clear over here, so we got a little space. Ah! I fat fingered it there. That happens. Sorry about the zoom. Yeah, if you fat finger it, just try to run away if you can. That's usually the best way to recover. You can usually run right towards them, not into a group, but if there's just a couple, and get past them. Not ideal, but if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Thought I heard another zombie. Where is he at? I don't know if I have a fork yet, so we're going to grab it. Another watch. The reason I'm collecting digital watches is because you can use them for two things. One, collect or to gain electrical experience, so you can hotwire vehicles. Also, you get scrap electronics parts from them, and you can use that to fix generators when they wear out. So it's good for two reasons, at least. Alright, technically I could start filling up the gas tank right now. Problem is we can't see on the other side of these gas pumps, so we should make sure it's clear before we get started. That guy doesn't even know we're here. So stay clear, but run around it so you get a better look. It looks clear. In fact, probably break out the flashlight and nightstick so we can see better. So that's clear. Clear. And over time, you'll just get used to the noises, and you may not have to check as often. You'll know it's clear based on where you've already fought and cleared. But in the meantime, this is just a little extra precaution until you, as they say, get good. Okay, so we should be clear to fill this up. Since there is power, you can face the vehicle as long as it's on the correct side. And I think driver's side is gas. Hit V, and this little yellow is refuel from gas pump. Click that. If you don't get that yellow one, you might be too far from the pump. You might be on the wrong side of the car. Maybe the gas store is on the other side, and you just move it to the other side. Another thing you can do, Vaco showed me this. Vaco Plays, another great Zomboid YouTuber. You can back up. I think it was Vaco that showed me this. Might have been Bullet Bait. I'm not sure. But if you back up, then it doesn't matter what side it's on. It should automatically do it. In fact, we can stand here, press V, and you can do pump, and they'll walk to the correct side. Because we backed up, I guess the pump reaches both sides of the vehicle. So that's another way to do it. If you're in a hurry and you don't want to figure out which side it's on, you can just back up to the pump. And yes, you can refill it with the engine running. No one's watching. I'd smoke a cigarette right now if you could smoke while you're pumping, but no. Okay. In fact, I think we have the gas can. I'll fill that up for generator use once we find a generator. This is how you fill a gas can. Put it in your main inventory. Walk up to the pump. I think you right-click on it. I always struggle with this one. Don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Is it because my hands are full? Let me see. Equip primary. How about now? There it is. Take fuel, empty gas can. Maybe you have to have it in your hands. I never really noticed. That'll fill up the gas can. We can use that for the generator later. Right click on the gas can, put it in the trunk. Close the trunk. Alright. So we're good on gas for a while. How much time do I have left? 21 minutes. I don't even think I looked inside the store yet, now that I think about it. I hear one. Again, he's close, so we'll jump out on the other side, use the blue door. That's probably the one that was standing in the grass down south. Alright. Might be some inside, but it's all lit up, so it'll be fine. Now, just a little note. I leave the engine running because the place is relatively clear. And historically, I usually leave the engine running. The reason this could be a bad idea is if there are zombies nearby, you might come out thinking you're leaving and it's surrounded by, 10 to 15 zombies, and then you got to deal with them. So if you want to be sure you don't attract any zombies, shut your engine off. That way they won't gather around the car. Sometimes you want them to gather, because I would rather them gather around the car than come find me. And then I'll just clear the car, a couple at a time if I can. Door is locked. I think there's a back door to this place. Let's see. I could just break a window, but I'd rather not. Get the flashlight so we can see better. Are you planning on turning these into edited content? No. I'll tell you why. At first I thought I should do VODs for this type of content. But the more I thought about it, I'm trying to make it so that it is how I would want to watch it. And especially when I'm learning something new, even in Zomboid, or when I was a new player, or if I'm learning anything in another game, I don't like gaps in information. So doing the series this way as a live stream, first of all, people can ask questions while I'm doing this, but even after the fact, when it's recorded, people can see the continuity of what I'm doing. I guess if they get bored, they could fast forward. But if I edit it and chop stuff out, if I forget or miss anything, or if something wasn't clear to somebody, they're going to say, well, how did he get that? How did he do that? What did I miss? This way, you see everything. If you're like, where did he get this? They can go back and find it. Ideally, I should probably chop it up into chapters, but I really haven't learned how to do that yet. Definitely not efficiently. So until I figure out and learn how to do that, this is the best way I can deliver it. I think having a beginner's guide that, is edited would probably be ideal for time for the viewer, but to me, the continuity is more important. Later, I might change my mind on that, but for now, that's my take on it, if that answers your question. Even garbage cans can have the generator mag. It's pretty rare, but it's possible. Sounds like there's one over here. Oh, he's inside. That's locked also. See if this door is moving. Yeah. See if it's open. Let's be ready to fight. Again, when clearing a doorway, you go slow, but I prefer to run through. And we're clear. All right. Well, we're going to have a lot of junk food, that's for sure. Again, you can use this loot all button. Holy cow. Which weight can I hold? Might have to get my loot bag. Definitely going to need loot bags. What else? So much food. I don't think I have a wrench yet. Do I? We'll definitely take that. Oh. Yeah. Time to go get the loot bag. And we're tired too. Have a chocolate cake. Mm-hmm. Lots of smokes too. I forgot this place had an upstairs. This is also a good safe house. I forgot about this gas station. We'll go upstairs and take a look. Now, one thing, if you don't know a map, notice you can see the edge of the building to my character's left or to the south of us. So you know this is all wall right here. So if we get to the top, there can't be any zombies to the left. Probably, maybe directly in front of us, but probably not. The most likely place for zombies is going to be to the right at the top of the staircase. Now, if that wall wasn't here, it could be totally open at the top and you have to worry about all sides. So here, if we're going to carefully approach the top, I kind of want to be facing to my character's right because that's probably where the zombies will be. They could be right here. And you can kind of peek. But it's clear. And alternatively, see, I couldn't remember the layout of the kitchen, so I probably wouldn't run up here, but you can if you know where you're going. Because worst case, you could run past them and then run back down. But this is actually a cool place to do a safe house, too. Oh, we got a bowl. We'll take the bowl. Always good. Go ahead and have a little lunch here. Spaghetti bolognese. Oh, it's 6:50. Wonder if it's too late to catch the show. Depending on if you're in the cell or not, it may not have loaded yet. So let's try this. Oh, good. So, from my understanding, because this cell that we're in didn't have a, unless this is a different show. Anyway, if there isn't a TV running in the cell that you are, you can catch the show late. It like loads it up for you. I think this is a regular TV show, though. It's not a learning one. Probably should turn it down. Yeah, it's golfing. Never mind. Oh, wait. Cookie show. Are we doing cooking again? We're at level 2. Good cooking does solve everything. I saw said boy can allow TV attract zombies. It can if you just turned it on like I did. Now, let's say you know the area is clear, there's no zombies. You can turn it all the way up to 10. And then if they wander into the area, because it's already playing, they're used to it and they're not going to go after it. But because it was like full blast and I turned it on, if there were zombies outside, they would start, if they heard it, they'll start coming towards the building. Usually what I do is once I find a place and clear it, I'll turn the TV on, put it volume 2 and leave it on all the time. Unless you have to worry about conserving power. But because if a zombie wanders in, they'll get used to the sound and they won't come towards it. Instead of turning it on and off all the time, that's when the danger is, if that makes sense. But I'll just leave this on because maybe we'll be in here again later when the show is on. Oh yeah, we did get a little more cooking. Cool. Also a note, since we're in here, this, if you go to pick it up, see how it shows it's antique television? This is important because later, after the power goes out, but you restore power with a generator, you can watch VHS tapes that you find, and some of them are educational and give you XP. However, the antique television does not have a built-in VCR, so you won't want this TV, like in your own home. Like we right-click to device options. There's no place to put a VHS tape. Normally there's a little window here to drop it in, is because it's an antique television. You can't use it to play tapes. So the bigger, gray consoles, those are the ones that'll have a VHS player built in. So keep that in mind. If you happen to set up a safe house where it has an antique television, you're going to have to find another TV before you can watch VHS tapes. Gun case. So if you find a gun case and hover over it, you can see it shows there's a box, at least one box of ammo and a revolver in there. You can drag it to the ground, or you can also right-click and equip secondary to look at it. I guess I don't need my flashlight anymore. So if you drop it on the ground, right now you don't see the gun case over here on the right, but if you drop it to the ground, it becomes a container in the world. You can click on it and access it that way. Or you can equip it secondary and it's not on the floor anymore. It is now on this side as one of your bags that you're carrying. And over here it shows it in your secondary hand. So you're holding it and you can access it that way. Sometimes you would put it in your hand if you like, let's say you just need to run out of the house, but you might want to access it while you're moving. This is the best way to do it. And it's probably lighter than pulling it into your main inventory. So 2 boxes of 38 special and a brand new revolver. It's a pretty good find. This M36 in vanilla, it's the quietest gun in the game. Ideally, you should use a shotgun to train, but if you want to use a quiet weapon, this is the most quiet available. I don't know how many tiles the sound is, but it's a good gun if you want to try to keep a low profile and still use guns. Probably going to take it just because I can't say no to a gun. Our bag is almost full, so I'll just hold on to it in my hand for now. We're a little bit over encumbered. It would be okay to fight right now, but not our best fighting weight. I think I have a little bit of food in my bag. Let's eat some chips. Also something not super important, but if you're into base decoration, I think it is. You see this nightstand, and it looks like it has a plant on top and a coffee mug and maybe a little music box or something there. If you look at the local inventory, none of that stuff is in here. It's because they don't actually exist. It's just to look cool. So if you decide to move this nightstand, all of that stuff disappears if you place it somewhere else. So keep that in mind if you like the way it looks. Moving it will destroy that. Same with the cushions, like the throw pillows on the couches. Those will disappear as well. Like this one right here, it has like the green and white striped pillow. If I pick up this couch and move it, that pillow disappears. So it kind of sucks. It'd be nice if that would stay, or if there's a way to add it back. But that's how vanilla works right now. I almost always take batteries. Extra flashlight, I'll leave that for now. Hiking bag, that's better than our duffel bag. We go to our main inventory, hover over the duffel bag. It shows that its capacity is 18 encumbrance, and its encumbrance reduction is 65%. You look at the hiking bag, its capacity is 20 encumbrance, and its reduction is 70%. So this bag is better. So what I usually do, you can do it a number of ways. You can drop your duffel to the ground. I don't like doing that because every time I drop my bag to the ground, something bad happens and I don't have time to pick it up. So what I would do is I would right-click on the duffel bag. Normally I would equip it secondary, but since we're carrying the gun case, I'll equip it in my primary. What that'll do is it makes it so that it's in my hand like that. I can put the hiking bag on my back, right-click, equip on back. Now we have the hiking bag, which is empty. So now, without putting anything on the ground, we can safely grab all our stuff. We're in the duffel bag. Click the top item, which is the 9mm rounds. Scroll down, hold shift, click the bottom item. Now they're all highlighted. Hold your left and drag it into the hiking bag, and you'll quickly move everything from the duffel into the hiking bag. You'll see it disappear. It does it in order of encumbrance. I think heaviest stuff first, if I remember right, or maybe it's light stuff first. Looks like it might be light stuff first. But that way you can move everything without putting anything down. You're a little over encumbered, but that'll go away shortly. And then duffel bag is empty. You could just drop it or place it somewhere. I go into the main inventory, I find it, and then I'll drag it into my hiking bag. Also keep in mind, if you're like, which bag is empty? You see there's nothing pops up when I hover over the duffel bag. If you hover over the hiking bag, it shows a bunch of items in there. So sometimes you'll have two duffel bags, and you're like, which one has stuff in it? That's how you can tell, is by hovering over it. So I'll just drag the duffel bag in the hiking bag because I don't really need it right now. I prefer my backpack to be right under my keys. So there is a mod where you can drag these around, but you can't do it in vanilla. So for now, I'm going to drop this. So the backpack goes under the keys, and then I'll pick up the gun case again. And now it's at the bottom. So anyway, that's how you move stuff around when you find a new bag. Abba, so you can hide a P-scob. Okay. My flashlight off? No. Alright, we're a little over encumbered, but I don't see... Duct tape is good for repairing weapons. Actually, I guess I can demonstrate that right now. I might need a carpentry level. Oh, I think I have carpentry too, actually. So if we pick up this duct tape and we right-click on the axe, there should be an option to repair it. Yep, duct tape. You could also do wood glue, which we don't have. It's better, though. Duct tape doesn't do a great job, but it's something. Regular glue and then adhesive tape. Those would be your options. Oh. Alright. This will be a learning moment. So you hear an alarm from a digital watch. You notice I don't have an alarm set on my watch. That means it's one of the watches that I picked up, or it's a watch somewhere in this room. So I'm going to look in my bag. Black digital watch. And two red digital watches. Now, you can easily... Oh, while it's still happening, I can reset it to show you. If I hover over it, see it says alarm set for 11. That's what time it is. So it is this watch. We expand these. Neither one of these has an alarm. But let's say you didn't know that. Let's say you had 35 watches in your bag and you don't want to go through all of them. We'll set this with an alarm because the other one's going to turn off. We'll make this one for 11:30. So that'll go off as soon as 11:30 hits. I think they last for 10 minutes. We'll wait, we'll watch this click over. Alright, so the other one's going off now. What you can do, and it's cheesy, and it's kind of a bug or a cheat or a glitch or whatever you want to call it. Take all your watches out of your bag, put them in your main inventory. I think I learned this from Bullet Bait as well. Now you have all the watches in your main inventory. If you click on your own watch right here, turn the bell on and then turn it off, it disables every watch in your main inventory. Won't work if they're in the bag, they have to be in your main inventory. So if you happen to be carrying a ton of watches and you're like, oh, I don't want to look through 57 watches to find out which one has the alarm, drag them all into your main inventory, click this bell on and click it off, and it'll turn all of them off, even if the alarm's not going off. Like if there's one set for the future, it'll shut all of them off. AJ Timms, hello, welcome to the stream. Now that those are all clear, I can put them back into my bag. How you doing, AJ? Good, I hope. I didn't even eat my spaghetti bolognese. I got excited and forgot about it, I guess. Drink a juice box. Oh, we're tired. We could sleep here. It's only noon, though. Could take a little nap, I guess. Bathroom. Bathrooms could be good places to find medical supplies. I'll go ahead and take the mirror. We can talk about makeup later. I don't remember if I have painkillers, so I'll take that too. Adhesive bandages are okay. They're kind of, think of them as like band-aids. Once you use them and you take them off, they disappear. You can't reuse them, like wash them or anything. You're doing good. Coffee time. How's things? Doing pretty well. Oh, I've hit my 2-hour mark. This is the midnight show just for boredom. Let's close this. Sleep real quick. I'll just set it for... Oh, we'll do 4 hours. So 16:30. Just a little nap, 4-hour nap. Take that sleepy moodle away. All right. I just realized I left my car running for 4 hours. Oh well, that's another reason to shut it off. Still haven't looted any of this either. So much food. We can always come back. And this is vanilla. There's, you know, with vanilla default settings, there's all kinds of loot. If it's too much loot, you can of course reduce it. There's usually maps in these shelves here. Comic books are good for happiness as well. So we'll take those. Farming magazine is good. We'll take that. It's a good find. What else? Metalworking to make metal containers. Maybe we'll get there. All right. Now, I don't think we have a trash can at home. This one only holds 10, but it's better than no trash can. So we can drop this bag on the ground, put this broken glass in the bag. I'll just place it over here in case I need it later. I doubt it, but... And we can actually take this trash can. Don't do this in multiplayer. You can cause looting problems on the server, but we're by ourselves in a single-player world, so it's fine. And we'll go ahead and equip this round bin trash can in secondary, a gun case in primary. Try to get rid of some of this encumbrance. Still fairly heavy load, but we're okay. We need to go put stuff in the car. So now we'll have a trash can for our house. Here's some of those VHS tapes we were talking about. And none of these are for learning, but they will help you get rid of boredom. So let's say you break a bone or something and you need to stay in your house for a long time and heal up. You can use these to reduce boredom when you're stuck in your house. Cooking Show 3, that's a learning tape. We'll take that. And we'll leave the rest for now just because we're encumbered. Oh, it's hard to turn away from a fruit muffin. I gotta eat that. It's just gonna go bad anyway. And we don't need it yet, but right outside here, this popsicle, they call them popsicle freezer. These are great for storing food long term. They each it has 2 sides. Each side holds 30, so it holds a total of 60. So that's you can take that back to your house if you need to store, like, you know, freeze fish or anything really. Here's something that happens a lot, even to me to this day. Oh, I gotta kill this guy first. I'm gonna drop the gun case for a second. Still carrying the trash can though. Pick up the gun case or I'll forget that it's there. Alright. I've seen tons of people do this and I do it all the time and it sucks. So you walk up to a car, we'll close it first. So you walk up to a car, you hit E to open the trunk, and then say you go to put the duct tape in the truck, in the car. Well, what I just did, not realizing it, even though I just opened the trunk, because there's a corpse sitting here, it opened that by default, so I accidentally put my duct tape on the corpse. So that's how you lose stuff. So either move the corpse away from the car, move your car away from the corpse, or just make sure you have the trunk selected before you start moving stuff over. May sound silly, and you may think I'll never do that. You will do it. It's just a matter of time. So make sure you have the right container selected, basically, before you transfer stuff. And it's almost full, so we'll just hold on to the rest of the stuff and come back for the other food later. Oh, we didn't even burn much fuel at all. Turn the headlight off. AJ says, I've done that before, transferred a whole bag full to the floor. Yeah, it happens on the floor too. I didn't think about that. You're right. And not the truck. Yeah, that's the worst. Especially if it's like heavy stuff. It takes forever and you're almost done and you're like, damn it. But yeah, you can drag it, excuse me, drag it from the ground to the trunk, but it's best just not to do it in the first place. All right, let's see what the bookstore looks like. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it today, but we'll scout, so we'll be ready for... The next time I do another one of these is going to be Saturday. Well, my weekend's going to be pretty weird, so it might not be till Sunday. I will be streaming, but I don't know if I'll be streaming this. Oh, it's further down. So basically, this weekend, starting Friday evening through Sunday morning, I have something I have to do. But I'll be streaming like Friday morning and then Sunday evening. But on Saturday, I'll have to stream from where I'm at, out of town. So that'll be an interesting stream. We'll see how it goes. So I won't be able to do New Player's Guide on Saturday. It'll be some other weird stream. I don't know yet. Okay, so these are those green buildings. I bring up the mini map, but I keep forgetting to enable it. Book Naked is where we want to go. Seems pretty quiet here. What the hell? Let's do this. Almost got me. See, they're still going towards the car because of the engine sound from when I pulled up. Really could use some beta blockers. Get rid of that panic. Another thing to note when you're fighting, especially in a town center like this, try to keep your area small. If you walk around too far and go out, you're going to attract more and more zombies. So it's better to try to keep it tight so that you could deal with just the ones that saw you originally. We can use the car to get them in line again. Woo! A little bit close. But see, I'm trying to stay in the same basic area. And I don't know if it's a necessary habit. Whenever I kill a zombie, if I'm worried about is anyone behind me, as soon as they're down, I'll run towards that zombie. That way if there's somebody behind me, I'm running away from them. It's faster to do this and safer than it is to turn around and hope there's nothing there, if that makes sense. So you're already in combat stance, but you take this one out, run forward. That way if anybody's coming up behind you, they're less likely to grab you or bite you. Annotated map. We'll look at that later. And you can also hover over to see if there's an alarm on the watch before you pick it up. It's just it takes more time, so keep that in mind. It takes more time. And it's a watch. Alright, let's see, another watch. We will use those later, I promise. Alright. Abbas says, pro tips, thanks, you're welcome. Alright, so this was actually pretty easy, to be honest. But it's all relative on how long you've been playing. I hear a zombie, but I don't see one yet. So in there somewhere. Could be in a closet. Could be next door. I think this goes upstairs here. Maybe. Can't tell. Smoke a cigarette to get rid of that moodle. I just keep moving. It's a nervous habit, but I don't want to get bit, so. Oh, those windows go to the diner. Okay. But again, in here, hopefully this door is open. Since it looked a little dark in there, I'm going to switch to my nightstick and get the flashlight out. It's daylight outside, but it might be some dark shadows in the corner. I won't be able to see really well. And it's open. Again, I'm going to run through. Close. Here's another thing. That sound means somebody saw me, I think. Alright, I'll just explain it over here. Some folks will say, keep the door open. That way, if you need to make a retreat, you can run out and not worry about fiddling with the door. That's one school of thought. Sometimes I agree with it, but in most cases, I don't want zombies walking in the door behind me, so I will close the door because I'm confident I can get it open if I have to run away. To me, I would just rather not have extra zombies come in here. But if you are new and you don't really have the movement down too well, I would recommend keeping it open. So if you have to run away, you can without... Because a lot of times people panic, they run up to the door like, I can't get it open, I can't get it open, and then you get killed. So, two options there. Also, if you want to close the door without making yourself vulnerable to what's in front of you, you can close it. Make sure no one's out here first. You can close it with the back facing the door, still by pressing E, like that. You're basically closing the door behind you. There might be a zombie in here, though. So the next door in here. I'm going to run around the other side. That way I'm only having to look one way. Probably clear. I'm just being overly cautious here. Okay. We'll start behind the counter. There's no back door, so that's the only door we have to worry about. Nothing there that I want, nothing there that I want. Wow. I should have brought the loot bags inside. I'm going to go grab them. You almost always want loot bags when you enter a bookstore. Okay, since there's a lot down there, I'm going to sneak a little bit. I can turn on my flashlight now, I think. Oh, that guy saw me. Is this just APOC setting? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I kept it simple. Bunch of hooligans down there. Where are my duffel bags? Here we go. Grab the duffel bags. I hear them coming. We might have to clear these guys after all. So, because I don't have a full water bottle in my main inventory, I'll have to grab one from my backpack. Drop it in my main inventory. Once that finishes moving, my thirst goes away. Alright, let's switch to axe. Deal with these guys quicker. Maybe. And if you have a weapon in your hand and you don't want to use it, you can hit spacebar to stomp or push. Ah! And that's how keen hearing helps you. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have seen him coming. I don't think I read these or either, so that'll be handy. Why are they coming over here all of a sudden? Alright, this is the trick I wanted to show you earlier, but we had already boarded up the windows at the house. Well, let me clear these guys out first. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Okay, say you want to have a slightly safer looting experience. I think I need to take care of this guy, though. Otherwise, he's going to get in my way. Where you going, buddy? Come on over here, join your pile of friends. Alright. Another digital watch. Okay. I don't know if it'll work with the door. Is there a window here too? Can't I see this? There's no window. Alright, I'll break a window if I need to demonstrate this. We'll get in the car. The law office is also a good source of books. Okay. I could just run in and check for the Jenny mag, but... Oh, the streetlights come on. Ooh, I got a new sub.
Big Hoss subscribed to the channel.
Big Hoss, thank you so much for the sub and welcome to the stream. Okay, it is going to let me do this. Actually, I got to break a window anyway. Alright, so we'll do it that way. Thank you so much for the sub, Big Hoss. Alright, so we'll break this with the axe. We'll remove the glass. Alright. We're going to use the door to go inside. Alright, so what I'm going to do... I just recommend this because I still do this in a really dangerous area, but I think it's also good for new players to learn. Let me make sure the trunk is open first. It is. Alright. So we're going to back the car up all the way to the window. That should do it, I think. Let me double check. Make sure nothing can get past here. Nope. So that window is blocked. But the good news is, we'll shut it off. No one's coming. Hop out. Walk in here. Close the door. Whoops. Did I not turn on the light? What the heck? There it is. Alright. Alright. So now, this window is intact. This window is broken but blocked by the car. And this door is closed. So we can walk up to this window, and because the window is open and the trunk is open, we can access the trunk. Nicole plays 503. I missed 500. How? Nicole, I missed 500. This evening when I got home, I looked and it was $4.99. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait. Like an hour or two later, I checked it again. It was at 501. I totally missed 500. I can't believe it. It's still awesome, but yeah, I was a little bummed. Big Hoss, okay. I need to remember to use that drop-down menu to move items around, especially my water bottles like that. Yes, definitely handy. I'm glad you like it. Piskov. There are often bookshelves in the offices. Okay. Sorry I missed your comment earlier, Big Hoss. I didn't see it pop in there. Abba saying hello to Nicole, and Nicole to Abba. And that's all caught up. Okay, so the trunk is almost full, so I guess it doesn't really help us much. What we could do, I'll probably close that here. Can I close that here? I can turn off the exterior light from inside? Really? I did not know that. Okay, so we can't close the trunk from in here, but that's okay. So since the trunk is full, I'm going to try something else. See if we can do it with the seat instead. So let me come over here. Again, I showed this before, but in case any of you missed it, if you're on the green tile for the door, this is the back door in this case, press V, you can do open door. And now that the door is open, you can see the seat inside the car. It holds 20. Again, there it is, the seat. That's the back seat. Since the trunk's almost full, I'm going to see if I can use a seat instead. Since there's no door animation, you can't see that that door is open, but that back door on the passenger side is open. See if I can line it up with the window. I've never tried this with the seat. I know it works with the trunk, but we'll see if the seat works or not. All right. Yes, so we can access the seat. So basically, I can pile books in there completely safe. Zombies can't get in here without banging on the door first. They're going to have to make a lot of noise, and it's going to take some time. So we are completely safe in here right now. Worst case, we get trapped in here and we have to run out. But there weren't any zombies running around, so we should be good. On my bags. There was one. Did I not grab all two? Or both, I should say. Oh, okay. I have 3 on me. Add in my main inventory. Okay, so now we have 2 bags here. Big Hoss. Oh, wait, let me back up. Nicole says, so exciting. Yeah, a little disappointed to miss it on Steam, but that may mean your videos are getting views, so that's awesome. Yeah. I think you meant on stream. Got it. Yep, there it is. Big Hoss, there's a mod on the Steam Workshop that animates the doors and trunks so you can see what open and close. Absolutely. That is a great mod. I agree. Alright, so what do we want to take? Well, since we have limited space at the moment, I'm going to start with all the level 1 books. Well, except the ones that we've already passed. Trying to think of the best way to explain this as far as tip wise. Okay, if you plan on playing solo or single player in the same world, like say your character dies and you know you're going to come back as a second character and pick up where you left off, or if you're on multiplayer in the same thing, or you have a group of people working with you, you may want to complete or build an entire library of all the books. If that's the case, you'll want to collect all of them regardless. So I would say grab one of everything. I'm going to start with level 1 books because I don't think we can carry them all, but I'll try. So since these are in, my bags are in secondary and primary, I can access them both here. They're both empty. We'll start with this one. We'll take farming 1. And that's the last farming book there. Or the last level 1 book there. Carpentry 1. First aid 1. Fishing 1. All right. All right, so this I want to demonstrate too. This one, if you haven't done it before, there's a good chance you'll forget even after I explain it, but hopefully not, because it's very useful. If you play Zomboid now, you may remember this if you haven't used it before. But part of the pain of collecting books is it's hard to carry all of them. You don't find them all at once. So you'll have a partial library at home, and then you go to find some and you're like, which books do I already have? I don't remember. And so thought I saw something. And so you're afraid to take too many books, or you're afraid to take duplicates, and that kind of sucks because then you're hauling books around that you don't need. So what you can do is, in this case, we have First Aid 1. And there is also a First Aid 1 in this container. So you have your world containers, and then you have the containers that are on you. In this case, bookshelves are the world containers, the floor is a world container. And then your personal containers are your bags and your personal inventory. So how do I explain this simply? First Aid Volume 1, we have it. We're going to expand it because we have it already. We have it in our bag, but we're going to just say we have it at home. This is a world container, this bookshelf. So First Aid Volume 1 is expanded. Notice it's not expanded in our bag. That's because it's not a world container. But the good news is, because First Aid Volume 1 is expanded in this world container, every world container you open that has a First Aid Volume 1, it'll show it's expanded. So let's just run around real quick till we find another one. I'll show you what I mean. See? There's one right there. There's a different shelf. First Aid Volume 1 is already expanded. So because I expanded it here, every container I go to in the world will also show it expanded. So what that means is, if you know you're going on a book run and you're at your safe house, you're like, I'm going to the post office, I'm going to the bookstore, I'm going to get some more books. I want to know what I have already. You can go into your bookcase at home, expand all the ones that you have. Then, when you get to the bookshelves at the other location, you click on a bookshelf and you'll immediately know, well, this one's not expanded, I don't have it, I'm going to take it. Anything that's expanded, you already own it. Anything that's not expanded, you still need it. So that saves you. I used to write lists on paper to tell myself, or on my map in the game to tell myself what books I had. That takes too much time. This is the fastest way. Yeah, it takes a little time to expand all your books at home, but it's totally worth it. Hopefully that made sense. It's kind of a long explanation. But so in this case, I'll just look in my bag to see what I have. But if I had books at home, that's how I would do it. And we're just going to start with level 1s. We already have that. Tailoring 1. Trapping 1. Electrician Volume 1. This is one of the most important books in the game, because it gets you closer to hot wiring if you're not a burglar. Carpentry 1. Foraging. I don't think we have that one. We might have a couple of these at home, but I forgot to check them, so. Already seeing duplicates. Technically, we're looking for the generator, how to use generators book, but these are great anyway, so we need them as well. Cooking Volume 1, don't have that. Fishing, whoops, I already have 2 of those, or I already have one of those. What else? Trapping, got that. I'm going to take the red books too, but I'll put them in the other bag. Those are good for boredom and stress. More red books. Cooking 1 we have. Farming, we have that one. Electrical, we have that one. And then the other side over here, the red book. Have those. Okay, so these are the only level 1 books we've found. It might be all of them, I don't even know. In addition, I'm going to check my skills. So, carpentry, we need a level 2 book. Because these first 2 levels are covered by the level 1 book as far as XP bonus. So we want a carpentry 2 book. If we can find one, there it is. So we'll take that. Cooking, again, first 2 levels we've gained, so cooking 1's not useful to us at the moment because we've already surpassed that. We'll look for a cooking 2. Cooking volume 2, we can read that. Everything else is just level 1 needed. Trapping. Trapping is almost level 2, so I'll take if I can find a trapping 2, there we go, we'll grab that too. I could take more, but I'm just trying to simplify it to show you how I would gather books. Big Hoss, expanding the item is another great tip. I'm going to use that to track items I'm looking for, kind of like tagging items in Fallout. Yeah, I've seen a live Zomboid stream and found older gentleman with the wisdom. Awesome, glad it helps. Okay, so we didn't find a generator book. That's okay, that happens. I'm at 2.5 hours. I already checked those. So we know there's more books here, and I could grab more, but we'll save that for another time. Again, I can dump all these in the seat through the window, and the seat will hold 20. I was going to demonstrate putting a bag in there, but I don't have a big enough bag, so we'll wait until next time. So here's another shortcut. We have the bag selected of all the stuff we want to put in the seat. We know we're going to put all of it in there. Yes, you can highlight it like this, select it all and drag it over. Or you can be lazy, like me. And because we have this bag selected and because we have the seat selected, you can click transfer all on the bag and it'll automatically put it in the seat for you. Oh, wait, what's it doing? Scared me, bro. And this is why we're inside. So we're going to drop this. Drop this. Gotta hit him quick. Also, you just saw what I did right there. I opened the door. I hit him. Most of his body was inside the door. I hit E again to close the door. It slid him inside. Now, the reason you might want to do that is if there were more zombies coming. Now it's one-on-one. You're standing on top of him. You can kill him. Let another one in. Close the door. Do the same thing. This allows you to control the zombies better. Kill them one at a time, assuming they're not all on the door. But if they're like starting to come at you one at a time, this way you can handle them with less risk. Maybe I want to, spare my nightstick. I'll stomp on them instead of using the nightstick. And I have that opportunity because the door is keeping the other zombie off of me. Another note, this zombie has a key on him because he died inside this building. There was a % chance that a key to the interior of this building would spawn. I'm going to take it even though we don't need it for this room. And the reason is, let me show you. This doesn't always work on modded maps, but so far I've always seen it work on vanilla. This is the building that we're in right here. See, there's me. And there's an alley between these two green buildings. But this entire footprint of this one building that we're in, because it's all one enclosed building, even though there are separate shops, the key I just picked up will open every door to every shop in this single structure. So if any of those other doors are locked, we now have a key for it. So that's a reason to take that key. If you're inside of a police station, you can kill zombies inside the police station, and there's a chance you could get a key to the armory. And you need it for that. I guess you could break the door down, it just takes longer. Anyway, that's another potentially helpful tip. And some people think it's cheesy to kill the zombies inside to get the key. But the way I look at it is realistically, it could be an employee that's wandering around outside and you bring them inside, kill them and get the key. It's reasonable. I mean, I don't think it's cheesy. So yeah, doing this, it saved my life in that if I was outside loading it into the trunk or into the back seat, that zombie could have walked up behind me. But because we had the door in the way and we're passing stuff through the window into the car, it protected our back, basically, since we don't have anybody to watch it for us. And you don't have to do this every time or at all. It's just something I like to do in a dangerous location. All right. So that's all we need from here. About 2 hours and 35 minutes. I'm going to leave the door open so a zombie doesn't break it down potentially. Go ahead and put these bags in my pack. Oh, is it that full? It is. I'll just unequip them then. They'll be in my main inventory. Alright, we're tired, hungry, need a smoke. How's our weight doing? Yeah, we're still losing weight, so we can eat whatever we want. Oh, some chips, choco cakes, breakfast of champions. So it is 6:40 in the morning in the game. Something I should probably stress a little more. If possible, you really don't want to miss the TV shows like I've been doing, because there's so much experience you can gain until the power goes out, until the TV stations turn off. So definitely take advantage of it if you can. I should be trying to watch shows, but trying to get stuff done, sometimes we miss the show. You can set an alarm every time, but if you're too far away from a TV, that doesn't always help either. Okay, so should I try and get to the... You said the courthouse, which is down here. Might be clearer than going to the school right now. We'll try the courthouse real quick. I could sleep first, I suppose. Nah. I recommend sleeping first, but I can just drive away if it gets too dangerous. Zippy Market will have a bunch of food too. I've never found anything useful in the bank. We got 5 of them, 6 of them. I'm very tired. I don't recommend this, but I think I can take them. Oh, crap. Okay. Because we're tired, we're not going to do as much damage. Oh boy. Almost got myself in trouble there. This is probably an unnecessary risk, but I think I can do it. Between the being tired and panicked, how's my axe looking? Okay, so right now I could do this, but it's going to take too long. I'm going to wear down my axe. So again, no need to panic. We're outnumbered. We're exhausted. We have a car in working order though, and it'll start pretty quickly because it's a government vehicle and they're pretty reliable. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these guys away from the car. And then we're going to run back to the car. I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay. So immediately I want to start the car and drive away. However, can I bring up that UI here? I can't. I'll show you though, or at least you've seen me bail out of the passenger side. Anytime I jump in a vehicle like this, I know the zombies are coming. In this case, I'm going to try to start the vehicle. If it's a vehicle that doesn't have a great engine quality and it takes a few tries to get it started, you may have to bail out of the vehicle. Otherwise, the zombies, especially that many, they're going to break the window and kill me through the window. So as I'm getting into this car, I'm just making a mental note. If it doesn't start on the first, maybe the second try, definitely the second try, I'm going to bail out of the car because the zombies are going to get to the window, and with that many, they're going to break it immediately and kill me. So I'm going to try to start it. If I can't, I'm press Z to bring up the seating chart UI. I'm going to click on the passenger side blue door, which will make me automatically jump out on the passenger side when all the zombies are on the driver's side, and then I can run away. So I just wanted to pause to let you know, thinking about your exit before you get into the vehicle is huge, because a lot of times people see the zombies coming and realize they're a mistake because the car won't start. They hit E and jump out of the driver's side and get killed because the zombies are on that side. You need to be planning to jump out the other side of the vehicle, is my point. Big Haas says a good mod I can recommend is the Common Sense mod. It adds a lot of different mechanics that just makes sense. I run into a locked door. Well, I have a crowbar. No loot or vehicles are safe from me anymore. Indeed. Yeah, I love prying open doors with the crowbar. That's fun for sure. So I agree. That's an awesome mod. All right, so I'm going to unpause, try to start this car, and get out of here. And because it's a police car, it started right away. But we're going to head home because I need to end the stream. I'm 42 minutes over, but we got a lot done today. Didn't find the didn't find the generator mag, but that's okay. That happens. We'll come back, search the school on the next run, and that courthouse building as well. We'll be rested so we can kill those zombies out front. Also, try not to run over the corpses if you can't help it. I haven't confirmed it damages tires, but I've heard that. But more importantly, if you're going fast especially, you can flip your car over because it'll bounce on the corpses. Need to remember to turn my mini-map on so I can share that as well. Sure are a lot of zombies pretty close to our safe house. We'll be fine. All right. Head upstairs. And then the stream up there. I'll check chat before I do that, of course. All right. Abba says, congratulations, Mr. 42 minutes over 500 subs. Thank you, Abba. Matthew says, I've had some wild rides on roads made up of the dead. Yeah. It's fun, but man, when you flip, that sucks. Especially if you don't have another car to push it over. But maybe hopefully we'll run into something like that so we can learn how to do that. Okay. So I want to thank you everyone for coming out to check out this stream. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to stop by and see me and hang out, chat with me. Thank you for all the likes and all the laughs. We have 19 likes today. Very cool. I'm happy with the way the new player's survival guide is turning out. A lot of people seem to watch it and like it, so I'm glad it's helping people. I'll keep them going definitely until I get into, I guess, what people would call mid game. Basically, when I run out of things to share with you guys is when I'll stop the series. Um, but usually, once you get established, or once I get established, I'll just say, okay, if you don't want to watch these anymore, that's cool. I'll keep going, talking about, I don't want to say more advanced stuff, but stuff that happens after you reach mid game or whatever you want to call it. Basically, to where if you wanted to stay at your safe house forever and never go out, you could. That's kind of, to me, that's where you could stop going out and killing zombies if you want. Of course, it's not necessarily fun unless you like base building. Maybe you don't want to go kill zombies. I fall into that every once in a while. Admiral says, great PZ playing lessons. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Big Hoss says, glad I found your channel. Definitely going to come back for more. Thank you, Big Hoss. Tomorrow I'll be playing Zomboid. It's always Zomboid right now, but I'll be getting back to my I hear zombies outside. What's it called? Sneaky Pete's server. It's a little more advanced than this, a little more dangerous. But I started doing this series, the new player's guide, on the weekend, but I didn't want to wait 5 days to do it again, so I decided to do it on Wednesday. So I'll probably do like Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday most of the time for this. Other times I'll be doing regular Zomboid stuff or hardcore, if you will. So tomorrow will be that if you're interested in checking it out. It's a wild ride. Aldrin says, thanks for the stream. Congratulations on the 500 subs. Thank you, everybody, for all the subs. I even got some. Thank you, Big Hoss. Got some today. Yeah, I'll get it set up with the memberships and stuff once I figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll have something set up tomorrow so we can start playing around with that. Matthew says, on to 1,000. Have a good one, sir. Thank you, thank you. It'll get here before we know it. Thank you, says Abba. We want cool icons. I have 4. I think they're funny. Most of them are going to be funny. Just something for people to spam in the chat. I think it'll be a blast, but we'll see how it goes. So, apologies to Jacksepticeye. We ran out of time today. I'll be sure to get him on the stream soon. Until next time, everyone, safe journey. Keep on keeping on, keep on surviving. And enjoy the rest of whatever you have left, day or night. And I will see you tomorrow. Until then, bye.